Those. Go to those. Oh, hang on, just to make Levi more mad. Hang on.
Why are you trying to make me more mad?
I mean, not mad, but annoyed.
It says in that article you can only view the contents of a wounded player, but I don't know exactly if that means you can't view the contents of the stuff in their base if you blow into it. Like, I don't understand that really. Or like you can't view the contents after you kill them, or I'm not really sure.
Okay, hold on. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Frankenculture Podcast, your video game podcast with news, reviews, and opinions on the industry today. I am your host, Steve Picorni, joined, as always, by Stackhouse.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Can't stand that one bit.
What's going on, everybody?
Where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram under Lumberjack Stacks.
Wow. And Levi.
Hi.
At least mine's enthusiastic. I'm saying hi to the audience.
Hi, everybody.
Levi, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Frankenboozy. And then you can find me streaming on our various live streaming platforms, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Jackass.
Dude, I've been drinking. I've been Super Bowl drinking. I'm like,
dude, the two different color tones that Levi has right now make him look like a weird purple.
It's weird because the purple doesn't make me look purple, but this is red.
I know. There's like a red hue, but
this is purple.
Docs really does not do well for him.
I need to get backward lights, not forward-facing lights, is what I need to get.
Yeah.
And special guest, JP.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's James. I just recently started streaming on Twitch under Daggersam. That's DAGERESAM. And I'm here on Frankenculture. What's going on?
What a goddamn professional. Why don't you two take note? How a pro does it.
Hard pass.
What if I dip the pen in
cracking
gravy?
Another one, boys.
Think if I dip the...
The first row is raspberry.
What do we got now?
Still White Claw.
This color scheme actually reminds me of this movie, Color Out of Space. I don't know if you guys seen that.
Nope.
Who's in it?
Never even heard of it.
It's a Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh, that's a new movie.
I think it's like 2019. It wasn't a bad movie.
Like the thing crashes. The thing like crashes the Earth, right?
I mean, I don't know if I want to give any spoilers, but
that's in the trailer.
Yeah,
here we go, Levi. This is for you, Levi. Ready? There it is. Look at that. Look at it go.
Oh, I tagged Stackhouse in a, which he didn't respond, which means
I didn't. I was gonna tell you. I don't know why you dislike RGB so much.
I don't like the full color changing scheme thing. I like aesthetic.
Here, hold on. Let me adjust my lights.
Right.
Okay, I think I'm good. If you want to watch the podcast air live, you can do that by jumping on to Twitch, YouTube, Facebook Gaming, all those links that Levi mentioned. We record live every Sunday, including next week, which is Valentine's Day, boys.
Aww.
Possible to get a guest. JP, we might have you come back.
I feel like
we need a guest.
Probably find one if I try. It's Valentine's Day. I don't know any. I'll ask around.
Look at you, you drunkard.
I'm not drunk. Drinking.
Levi, what have you been playing?
Oh man, have I been playing the usual Call of Duty? But I haven't tried the new Zombies map. Warzone, which I know Picorni supposedly sent my info to you, JP.
Oh, yeah.
Minecraft still has been a blast. Tons of fun. Lots of PUBG. Get back in. I don't know why that game is so much fun again, but we've been having a ton of fun.
Every time I
Spellbreak.
watch you play PUBG, you're so mad.
Dude, that's just.
I need to ask
gaming
you a
in
question.
general.
I need to ask you a question about.
That's
Okay.
what.
When you play PUBG,
Okay.
you get really angry when you kill a team and then someone kills you right after. Why does that make you
Because
like? It's
that's
part
like-
of the game, though.
that's
That's part
lazy.
of the game.
That's lazy.
But that's
You
the best way to
literally-
play it. You just scavenge the person that's already damaged, kill them, and then you have a whole ass load of loot to go through.
That's just picking. You're not
Yeah.
good at doing that. That doesn't make you good at fighting.
That doesn't.
That makes
No,
you-
it means you're playing the strat that helps you win.
you're dumb.
No, it's literally.
What an
It's
argument.
literally.
I'm not saying that it's not
Case
a
closed.
strat.
But he gets,
But-
dude. He'll legit be like, "Hang on, ah!" All you hear. When
So
you hear him
here's-
get angry, he gets so mad.
I'm a very, I don't want to say very aggressive player, but I am aggressive.
No, you are.
Oh no, you're very aggressive.
But the point of those games is it is a play style, I guess, but it's not my play style, and I don't respect that play style.
What do you want?
Because-
Just everyone to be a W warrior and just walk into the middle of the fucking
100%.
circle? No one's
100%.
playing that. Nobody plays that game that way except you.
Not true. Because going to the next game that I was talking about, Spellbreak, the reason I can't play that game is because when the circles get so small, there's just 20 people inside of it. I played Spellbreak.
You get so mad. Also, that day you played Spellbreak when you woke up and I was watching you, legit the first fight you got into, you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. I also
But
played.
no, the
everybody.
PUBG thing, you got super pissed off, and I was like, but that's the way that people play the game. I don't know any other way that people play
It's just
PUBG.
so frustrating because if everybody played like that, it would just create a map of campers.
Isn't that the reason that PUBG went down so much, though? Was the only way people played compared to Fortnite's more aggressive and quick playing?
You know what? Like, that's why I like PUBG, because that is kind of the only way to play. Like, you can still play aggressively, obviously, but you can't, you might get sniped in the head and your life is just over at that point. But Warzone is like, they made it so arcadey in the sense, and some other games, did too, in the sense that you can revive people. There's so many ways to get brought back into the game. It allows people to be more aggressive and still be able to come back. Some people like that. Some people don't. But it's weird. It's weird after playing Warzone for a long time, and then you like get back into PUBG, and then you die, and you're like, oh wait, that's it. Like, even like me on the team, like, I'm done. It's over.
So my only issue to that is when you play solo Warzone, that's how I die too. Is I'm just driving around trying to pick fights, and I'll win all my battles just to get shot from some dude camping in a window somewhere that saw me just kill two guys. It's the most frustrating thing ever.
But it's the way that people play that gets them the most wins. That's why they play that way. They're going to play that way because it's a more sure shot at getting to the end of the game.
I don't know. So here's my thing: is winning is cool, but that doesn't make you good at the game. Watch all
Actually, I
these
think that's the very antithesis
appreciate
of
you,
being
Kat.
good at a game is winning.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
it
gonna
makes
go
you
ahead and
a
say yeah.
winner. It doesn't make you good. It just makes you a bad winner.
I can't agree with that one. That one I can't agree with.
I just
Because when me and you used to play Fortnite, that's what we used to do, was just scavenge people that got in fights. We'd third party.
So I
Wow,
think
Levi.
that a lot of the like confusion between being somebody that plays really aggressively or somebody that plays PUBG, where you do have to play a little campy, is the fact that all these people that came from Call of Duty are used to always constantly respawning, and they find it fun and less boring to not play with this campy style, to play aggressively. I personally like it, but I'm not gonna lie, the more aggressive you play, the more likely you are to make a mistake and get caught.
I think so. My whole thing to it is more it makes the kills more fulfilling when you're getting into battles.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I am better because I won my fight, but you suck because you had to shoot me in the back when I was hurt. All right, so you
It's
suck.
a different play style. I can't even.
Maybe you shouldn't have been so hurt and checked your surroundings.
But
Maybe you should have won your fight faster and got away.
I think that's what happened when these
Hit
games.
your shots, kid.
Hang on, this is coming from two guys underneath me, not you, Dagger Sam. The two guys underneath me that play Animal Crossing religiously.
Animal
That's not
Crossing's
true.
a
I don't
fucking
play Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Hold
religiously.
on. Put this down in a fucking book. Clip it, whatever you want. Animal Crossing is 1,000% better than PUBG.
But they're two different games.
But there's right
Okay,
and wrong
then-
ways to play both.
Then why are you shitting on it then?
Because you can't talk about.
I'll
what
fuck you up
happens
in Halo
PUBG
right
if you
now.
don't play it. You would not.
I'll beat you in Overwatch still.
That's debatable. But- I know Picorni would not beat me in Halo,
Oh,
and it's debatable on whether or not you would beat me.
you don't know
Overwatch.
what you don't know what I'm doing. You don't know what I've been up to. What's going on with Spellbreak? Do you still like that or what?
I like it better with people. It's more fun with friends. Playing it by yourself.
You should
is
play with
horrible.
Ghost, dude. I know he really
Correct.
likes that game.
Hang on. So this is how this
Oh,
proves it. Is
disgusting.
Ghost played. I watched him play Spellbreak solo the other night, and he hated it so much he switched to Valorant, and then me and him played Valorant together.
Who?
Me and Ghost.
Oh, really? Dope. Also, I
But-
didn't know that he got mad at that game.
Oh, dude, I was watching him stream it, and it was like watching myself. He's just playing solos, and he's like, "This sucks," and he kept playing. It was a small lobby. It was taking too long to get into games, which just proves that not a lot of people like to play that game solo. Everyone likes to play with their friends. But yeah, so he switched over to Valorant, and then I fired up Valorant.
Do you like Valorant or no?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because I still never tried that game.
It's fun,
And I feel like I'm way out of the learning curve now.
dude.
I've
you know
I've
what?
played it too.
It's fun. Do you like it?
I like it. I see, like, I feel out of place speaking on it because obviously it's so much of a Counter-Strike clone, and I never really played Counter-Strike like that. So it's different, yeah, but it's still a lot of. I'm sure it's similar. If you guys have played that, maybe you can speak on that.
You know what? I played both a lot, and I like both a lot, and I just like Valorant so much more because it adds an element of strategy. So it's not
Because
so
to me, it seemed like an Overwatch clone. Because I liked Overwatch, not really like, but I didn't really like Counter Strike.
Strategic.
The only issue is, well, they have this game mode now called like,
Hold on.
what?
What's going on with that plant back there?
Oh, dude, plan update.
It's living the dream.
JP,
Still
we
living.
believe that plant to be fake.
It's not.
The fact that Levi is taking better care of the plant than himself.
And then still,
It's concerning. Wait, where's the other one? Window
last
plant,
time I
please.
almost knocked over my bong, so I have to
You
look at that guy
degenerate.
standing
Dude,
straight up.
dude,
and look at him.
Window plant's doing good
Look at those
too.
green leaves standing up tall.
You know
He's
what?
living the dream.
Window plant looks better than last time we checked it. I'm pretty sure window plant was a little wilted last time.
That's weird.
It was
So-
cloudy.
So
I have no words.
But no, when you add elements to Valorant, just added those elements with the abilities, and it just makes strategy a little more point to it, and I like that aspect of it. And
Definitely.
the artwork and the skins in that game are fucking on point. Anybody that doesn't think that that game looks great,
Thanks,
is
Nate.
wrong.
Yeah, it looks really good, and I agree with the strategy thing. I think the similarity is the shooting style and the recoil patterns of all the guns and how you have to kind of learn that. I think Counter-Strike might be a little more intense with the way the recoil patterns are and stuff, but yeah.
So this guy Ghosty turned me on to. We played this new.
Excuse me?
It's new. Ghosty Geist. Shout out. It's called like Core Rush or whatever the thing you plant in the game is called Rush. But so essentially the game starts you with random guns and everybody has the same gun. So you're forced to use that gun. And that was nice to just have to force yourself to play with other guns. It's cool. But so you get better, it forces you to get better, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think I played like much of that game type, but
Dude, I'm down. After this, I'm down.
Stackhouse.
yeah, we can play it. It's
Yes.
fun.
What have you been
What have
playing?
you been playing?
I've been listening
I've
to
been
Levi
playing-
talk for way too long.
First off, last week I listened to you and Mr. McLeod. Is that his name?
McLeod.
Which was a
McLeod.
nice guy. And Stackhouse talk about Pokemon and bullshit forever.
One of the best shows I've ever had.
He was a nice guy. I like watching
He
him.
was.
play. He's super chill. I watched him play Watch Dogs the other night.
Stackhouse, what's been going
I
on?
have played Forza Horizon 4 still. Having fun.
Did you play
I
with
forgot to add
Levi?
one on here. No, I haven't played with Levi yet. I played a little more Turrican Flashback when I was going to bed the other day, just to lay down and play something. I played Minecraft with you two for a little bit before I went to bed.
That's true.
I
didn't
picked
log
up
on to
Minecraft
it,
and I
so-
dipped my balls in it a little bit to see how it felt.
Have you
Pretty
jumped
good.
back in?
I got on for a little bit the other day. There was a couple people on, and I got on and I was mining, and they logged off, and I was like, "Oh, I hope I didn't scare them off." And then I just mined a little bit and got off. And then I've been playing a game that I'm getting a review up for tomorrow. It's called Encodia. Pretty dope. It's a point and click game. It's actually a little difficult, a little more difficult than Leisure Suit Larry. So I've had some trouble, but it's been fun. It's been a good time.
What's in Coda
Minecraft
about?
was fun. So you play as a child that has this gigantic robot that's with you, and it's like a puzzle solver. I've got a little more to play tonight, and then I'm gonna give like a full in-depth thing just because I'm getting used to it still.
How
even though I'm
funny
only-
that they released. There was 2 separate point and click games, both revolving small girls. Tohu,
With giant robots.
you turn into a robot.
oh,
In Coda, you have a robot. Let me guess.
Yeah, he's
you
like your
use
partner.
the robot to move heavy stuff.
possibly,
Okay,
and reach above you.
fair enough. That's okay.
Minecraft was fun though. Minecraft was fun to get into and kind of dabble it. I've built a pretty decent sized hobbit hole.
Under a waterfall.
I am. I've built into that waterfall now.
I
Wow,
like it. I can dig it.
way to ruin the environment.
No. Like I'm inside the mountain still. I haven't like popped out. There's a window so I can see through the waterfall.
JP, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a lot of Rust. Just started playing Rust, completely new to the game a few weeks ago. Maybe like two weeks ago. Nah, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I just started playing Rust. It's really fun. And I think recently, because I've talked to some people that have played the game before, they added, I think in January, they added a feature where the workbenches, you have like a tree where you can learn most of the craftables, pretty much all the craftable stuff in the game.
Oh shit!
But you learn it in a way where, like, I think before when you played, you had a research table, and if you found stuff or looted it from another player, you could spend scrap to research that item. But now, instead of doing that, you can still research stuff, but there's still a tree that you can slowly work your way down. That way, you still have access to everything in the game, in case you can't find it.
What game did we play, Levi, where you could like research? It was Raft. That's what it was.
Oh yeah.
You can get the research table and research
That's
products.
how you learn to make everything.
Yeah. So have you
This
found?
is also where you
Go ahead.
go. No, I was gonna make a joke. You go ahead.
It was not. Now you have to
Not
say it
funny. Yeah. come
because
on.
when it
I was
falls
gonna say this
flat,
is where you cut in Levi and his conversation from before the podcast, so we can just skip them talking about it again.
No, I'm not going to do that.
I already forgot.
That wasn't even that good. How are you finding the like community in Rust? Because it's kind of, and we'll talk about it a little bit later in the news too. A pretty vitriol community, from what I am to understand.
It's brutal. I mean, I've learned that in Rust, the bases, like the whole server resets every month. But on official servers, you keep your blueprints, like the face punch servers. You'll keep your blueprints, so you kind of have a head start next month. It restarts the Thursday at the beginning of every month.
So when you say restart, you mean like if you have a base and loot and chests full of loot, it just all disappears, but you have the blueprints to rebuild.
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of dumb. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I didn't like it at first, but when I learned that you keep the blueprints, I'm like, oh, okay, this is not so bad, because there's that is a grind in itself, is just learning the recipes and then getting the materials to make that stuff, and you really are ahead of the game of like new
But-
players.
That's why that's horrible. You just said it was a grind to get the blueprints.
But you keep the
grind
blueprints.
You
it
keep
out
the
when
blueprints.
I get
You
that
don't
you
lose-
keep the blueprints.
Do you
but
lose
Levi.
the resources that they take away after, like, if they've wiped your base? Do you lose the resources that you use to build it?
Yes, but everybody starts at ground zero.
Oh,
Is there an in-game reason for that, or it just kind of happens?
I don't know exactly why they reset the servers. Maybe it's just like there's a decay feature in the game. If you quit playing the game, like your base is gonna despawn after a certain amount of time, and if it's a larger base, it'll despawn faster because it requires more materials. So there's already a built-in feature to, I guess, keep the island, the map or whatever on the server from being overloaded with just bases that don't belong to anybody that's playing anymore. So I'm not really sure why they reset it every month, but
I don't know. I didn't realize that. I heard that there was a wipe, but I didn't realize that it just flat out deleted all your stuff. I thought the wipe was essentially for people like you said that maybe didn't play for 2 weeks or something like that, like bye. But if I'm grinding out 8 hours a day to make a base, and then the next day another 8 hours to make a trap or this or that, just for it to all go away, that hurts my soul a little.
well, I will say, we were talking about like off live. We were talking about Arc versus Rust. I will say that it's easier to get moving in Rust. So even though you do have this 1 month of time, it's a lot easier to get to those higher tier things.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd be down to try it and see what's up. I would just, now I need convincing.
The one cool thing too is that when the server resets, the map completely changes.
You kind of got me there.
It's pretty cool. Like there's monuments on the map, and then the whole entire layout of the island, where the snow areas are, the desert area, all of that just completely changes. Even the spawn points. Like if all the spawns were on like the south side of the island before, they might be on like the top left side of the island now.
That's still, man, for as much as I grind out a game sometimes, that bugs me.
But I feel like it definitely keeps it fresh, because in the sense of like Arc, for example, where you create all this stuff and you have all these resources available to you, it doesn't necessarily stay fresh or maintain like the will to keep playing. Like, if I have all these dinosaurs that I've trained, like, what the fuck do I even care about anymore?
Well, we never delved into it, but the reason you train all those dinosaurs is because there's like boss dinosaurs and caves and stuff that we never even
In caves. I like how you say in caves, like it's a selling feature. Caves.
they're like little raids.
little raids. Yeah,
I got you, Levi.
boss fights and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like
Isn't
a
that-
dungeon.
Isn't that a rapper? Little Raids.
Might be.
That was better than Stackhouse's comment. And that was a bad joke that I
But
just
so
said.
here's what I'm getting at.
It was.
Is the community so toxic because would they rather go in and just build this elaborate stuff knowing it's all gonna disappear in a month, or how many people log in just to grief people because anything they do
I'll grief you. I'll
just
grief you
goes
all
away
day.
at the end of the month. Yeah.
What do you mean, like log in without a base and stuff, or?
So what's the point of me building a giant mansion versus a 2x2 hut? Because both of them are going to disappear at the end of the month. So I can log in, make a 2x2 hut, and go destroy your mansion like those people were trying to do to you. because it's all going to disappear. You're sitting there gathering resources to make 20 doors so people can't raid you, but it's all going to disappear at the end of the month.
So you have to have at least enough space to be able to craft the highest tiered items in the game.
Just for it to go away at the end of the month.
Okay. Well, in that sense, like, I think that it's cool that, like, in Ark, there's mega tribes on official servers, right? That are, like, they're not gonna go away. Like they've built so big that they're probably they might not go away for months and months and months. So in Rust, when everybody resets, it's kind of like, who's going to be on day one? Who's going to be on in the first hour? What team's going to be on grinding away?
Getting all of the mats that you need.
You got me there. I will give you that one, actually. That's 100%. Okay, so maybe this is where my loss
Levi,
is.
eat
I'm
ass.
coming in from private. I hate you. I hate you so fucking much sometimes. He finally said something to me that makes sense, and I can understand where he's coming from, and you went and ruined it. And now I'm mad at you again. I'm mad at you again. Because I'm thinking, like, private server Arc. I'm not, nobody's messing with me. Except for
yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm not thinking.
If you were to have a private server in Rust, I'm not sure if a private server would reset. I think
I wonder if
you
can
could probably
set
create
the
your
options.
own rules.
I'm thinking maybe we need a private server. Okay, listen. Okay, this is what I'm envisioning.
So hang on.
All of us get Rust.
Shut up. So
you barely got me into Minecraft. I don't know if you can sell me on Rust.
I do understand that. So essentially, if there's a mega tribe that's just griefing everybody, at the end of the month it resets, and I could become the griefing tribe. Because I started out, I have so much free time on my hand.
I like that. I like this idea. I like where we're going now. This sounds fun. Now I'm enticed.
But so I get that. You actually got me a little back on that. That if I log into a server and I'm getting my ass kicked by somebody, it's like, okay, well, we just got to survive till the end of the month. What's that movie? 30 Days a Night. Just gotta get through those 30 days a night, and then a new day will start. Okay.
Right. Yeah. I think that's probably the benefit, is that everybody gets leveled. I mean, especially, like, say you're somebody that jumps on with 1 or 2 people, you're never going to build what 8 people can build. You know what I mean? So at the end of the month, like, everybody's back to ground zero.
JP, is your microphone changing colors?
Slowly. Yeah.
That's fucking cool. Okay. I thought it was tripping.
The
Okay.
HyperX one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, we all get Rust, okay, private server, and then we all go to 4 different areas on the map and try to grind and build as much as we can and destroy each other.
You're playing Civilization with extra steps.
Yeah, you know what? Let's all just play Civilization. You right. You right. Good point. Man, Civilization, that's a good game. JP, are you ever play the Civ games?
I haven't played those. No. I've seen them, but I haven't played them.
Are you
JP, what is your forte of games? What do you like to play the most?
I like a lot of FPS. I like RPGs, and I lately have been playing survival games.
Okay.
Did you beat
you're
Cyberpunk?
You're basically a better Levi.
Wow.
Why am I being attacked today? Why is that?
I'm sorry. It was too easy. Levi, I didn't mean that. I'm playing with you.
Buddy.
Oh, there's sad Levi.
Did you beat Cyberpunk yet?
I did beat it, but I can't say that I've fully beat it. Like, I made it to the end credits, but, you know, per usual RPG setups, like,
That means nothing.
Right. Like, I could be like 10%. Like, I don't know. And then the other thing was with Cyberpunk, there's 3 different lifestyles. So I don't know how much that changes the storyline, meaning you could go back and play through those. And there's also different endings. So you could set up a lot of different stuff. You could replay the game probably quite a few times.
Did you start
and get a different experience?
Did you start with Nomad?
No, I started with what do they call it? Street Kid.
Oh, that's right. Levi and I both started as Corpos.
Corpo.
Oh, okay.
Money.
So the intro, like, I think I'm totally guessing here, but I think the main storyline is going to be connected, but you're going to see it from a different viewpoint.
And have like different options available. because I get a lot of like corpo options that I can use.
Because when you play a Street Kid, for instance, like there's definitely a way that your character and certain characters in the game view like corporate people and stuff. And then when you play corpo, I'm assuming that you're going to see their perspective into the world of Cyberpunk and the way that they look at the other character that you played.
Oh yeah, it's super interesting. Like walking through as a corpo. I need to pick that back up because even this week I did not play Cyberpunk again. It's business as usual with Minecraft. With Levi destroying everything that I build.
Wait,
I destroyed one thing, and it was hilarious.
JP, I took all this time to build a track to a nearby village that took me forever to find. A full month.
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Not a close by village. That was far. I watched Levi travel there. It took him quite some time.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay. It's the most
it's not
nearby
close.
village, but it is
Yeah,
far.
there you go. That's a better way to say that.
And this fucking clown takes out a piece of the track right above a lake. So here I go off to the village, and myself and my cart go. Yeah, not even like that. It's just like, and then I sink to the bottom of the lake in the fucking cart.
They call that
Fuck yeah, Levi.
they call that level Minecart Carnage from Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah,
But
it was
it's
just
like-
as fun.
It was like straight out of Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner. He just.
Yeah, broke my heart.
But the best part of it was I didn't even care if I saw it happen. I was just wanted him to like just randomly text me one day like, really? But I happen to be mining in the general area, so in Minecraft you don't necessarily see the person, but their gamer tag will render in. So I see the gamer tag going like this, and then I see the gamer tag do this.
And then Levi goes,
That's all I needed.
I've actually never played through Minecraft or played with like other
Oh,
people. I've never gotten that experience, and it kind of makes me sad because looking at Minecraft today, it's like it's just crazy, the game that they created. You know how many people were talking about it in the early days that were like the graphics suck, and it's like that's the point. It's you get to build. You could build like massive.
I used to
pictures
shit
in this
all
game.
over Minecraft. I used to
So,
shit
yeah,
all over it all
legit.
the time.
Even my
legit.
brother-in-law, who
Yeah,
I think works with you guys,
I talked to him the other day about this, and he was like, "It just looks so shitty."
and he's hooked. Him and my little brother have made the most elaborate fucking thing in the history of Minecraft that I personally have ever seen.
JP,
And
I think you would enjoy some aspects of it. Like I just started getting into like redstone building, and it's basically just like
You're fucked.
electrical work. And I've created an automatic farm. So there's like a detector at the very top of this. There's a detector and a piston, and when the sugarcane grows up to the detector, the piston goes off and farms it automatically. And below that is like a minecart that's going perpetually, catching it all and then putting it into a chest. And it is probably the most basic of like redstone. Building,
yeah.
but it's still like incredibly cool.
Oh, I've seen that it gets like super complex. I think when I first started trying to play Minecraft, it was that first version, I think the Java version. And I think that it was like much harder to connect with other people back then. I'm not sure if I'm right about that, but it wasn't I don't think it was as seamless as just like jumping into a lobby. You had to like have your own server set up and all kinds of stuff.
Dude,
Oh yeah,
if you wanna
it's pretty crazy.
Because now it's easy to connect. Like my little brother's playing from his Nintendo Switch, and my brother-in-law's playing from his Xbox. Stackhouse is playing from his PC.
I won't lie. I got off that night, and you guys were playing, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to buy it on my Switch."
I haven't even really thought about that, but I think you guys might be right.
I might have to pick it up on my Switch too.
I totally attribute most of that giant castle that my brother's built to him playing on the Switch.
I'm gonna buy it.
So you can literally just like on the shitter, on the couch at the fucking grocery store, or wherever the Switch has a connection, is working.
At the grocery store. I
Great.
also played Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood, which you can read a full review on Frankenculture.com.
Thoughts?
It's interesting.
I saw that IGN.
How gory is it, Steve?
Too.
IGN gave it a 4. I gave it an 8. I think they were expecting a lot more. I had barely heard of the game, so I didn't necessarily have super high hopes in the first place. It's a stealth-based game. You basically stealth into a building, sneak through. JP Diaper is in chat, and he wants to know if we talk about Bofa yet.
Oh, jeez.
Hell yeah.
No comment.
So you sneak in as a werewolf, or a wolf rather. Go through, break necks. You get rage, and then you eventually attack. A really weird choice from the developers. It's Nacon and Cyanide. There's no like dismemberment. There's no like real
Gore.
blood. Yeah, you're like slashing at enemies and destroying them, and there's blood, but there's not necessarily any wounds on these character models. They're just like ragdolled out, and it's like, what the hell is this? The story's pretty good as well. A couple times I didn't really know what was going on. There's a big like tree. It's very like about saving the earth and saving the environment, as the werewolves are like nature's protectors. But when it goes on sale, I'd probably check it out if I were any of you guys. But other than that, not playing too much.
How's Lego Jurassic Park been?
You know, I went and unlocked the Raptor for Oliver so he could play as the Raptor. And
Okay.
basically, I think what needs to be done is I need to play Lego Jurassic Park after he has gone to bed so I can go unlock all of these characters for him. Because all he wants to do is just run around as different dinosaurs, and he refuses to play.
Did you ever play the Lord of the Rings games on the PS3? I think. I'm not sure if it was the 2 or 3. There is a Lord of the Rings. I want to say it's Return of the King. Return of the King or Two Tower? It's Return of the King. You go to the place where the dead are to get the army of the dead.
Okay.
And there's a level where you have to escape because the King of the Dead collapses the area. And the entire time you're running towards the camera, and it doesn't have much. There's not much distance between you and the camera, so you're running kind of blindly through. And I remember playing that with my little sister and screaming at the top of my lungs, "Fucking run! Run! No! You're gonna run into the fucking wall!" You should play that. I would love to see you play that with Oliver. I think it'd be entertaining.
There's similar things that happen in Lego Jurassic Park, where you're like running towards the camera. Any game, if you're not Crash Bandicoot, where you're running towards the camera, it's not good.
No, I agree. I always hated that level.
You know what my favorite scene is like that? I think that it's Resident Evil 2 where you're in the sewer. I think it's 2 where you're in the sewer and there's 2 different takes there's the original take, there's one after you beat the game. One is a gigantic like mutant crocodile in the sewer that you're running in, and I think the other one is a giant spider and it's just crawling after you down this sewer. That was amazing. That was one of like the scariest moments to me in almost any game that I played.
It's like in a horror themed game, I think it makes a lot more sense than like
it gives you more tension. Yeah, I do like that in a horror game, but in an action game where you're running away from a thing that it's a one shot, and you restart from the beginning of that. Oh man, it was fucking rough because you needed both characters to get through that area. You couldn't have one die. And having my 5-year-old or 6-year-old sister run through that with me was rough.
It's like I was just beating his sister up.
No, I was just screaming.
Hitting her in the face with the controller.
No.
Let's get into releases. February 11th, we have Death Crown. Stackhouse, I had you check out that trailer.
That looks so sick, dude.
If you guys aren't familiar with Death Crown, I highly recommend checking out the trailer. It's like a really artistic
I love the music too.
Yeah,
Just
tower defense
metalcore
game.
band
It
playing
looks
over it.
super sick. Little Nightmares 2, which JP, I know you're hyped on.
Super hyped on that. The first game was incredible. I beat it. Just the atmosphere of Little Nightmares it's amazing. It's like there's elements of horror. It looks phenomenal. The playthrough is like it's like kind of a platform game, but it's there's different things that you have to do to advance. And then the thing that I like the most about it is the story it's not like explained to you when you start playing Little Nightmares. It's kind of like you take it in as you go, and you get the story from the setting of the game. There's not really like dialogue. It's the things that happen that tell you what's going on, and I thought that was super cool. The second one I know for sure because like I give that game a 10. That game is I think what is it like $15 when it was brand new or something?
Yeah, I don't think it was very much.
Yeah, it's not like a full $60 or $70 game, but 10 I love that game. 10 out of 10. Can't wait to play the second one.
Hell yeah, I know you were selling on it in the group chat. And I think I might have to take a look. But fucking the Medium came out too, and I still need to play like
Another good one.
We went from like nothing coming out to everything coming out. Gal Gun returns February 12th. Rover Wars on February 12th. And then Super Mario 3D World with Bowser's Fury on the Switch, February 12th. Have you guys ever played or seen anything about Gal Gun?
No.
First off, no Stadia again.
Yeah.
Dying
Fuck
platform.
you, Stadia.
Feel bad for Stadia owners.
Or people that supported it.
Why people that supported it? Why do you feel bad about that?
Because you're one of them.
What?
That's the
Excuse
only
me?
reason. I feel bad that you were like, this is going to be fucking great. And now it's garbage now.
You know what, though? I should have guessed that Google would have just kind of given up. Because that's what they do.
JP, are you familiar with Stadia?
No, that's isn't that like
Thank
some
you.
streaming service, some
The
game
fact that
streaming
you said
service?
that.
So you proved our point.
All of my,
You proved our point in
you
one
proved
sentence.
my point. Yeah.
In one statement.
Thank you, Tay.
I only really know of it because I actually have an NVIDIA Shield and that I use for different things, and they kind of have something similar that they're working on. So I know that Stadia is supposed to be like it's kind of similar to that.
There's so many of those services. Amazon even launched the Luna, which I haven't heard too much about lately. But so back to Galgun. In Diaper in chat again. You can watch us live every week. Twitch.tv. He said he played Galgun in VR, and it looks very
Is this
creepy.
a hentai game?
It comes off very hentai-ish.
Yeah. What is this? I'm looking at it right now. This is very subjective.
Yeah, you're fighting off schoolgirls and women that are in love with you, essentially.
Galgun is a Japanese Bushoujo rail shooter game developed by NT Creators and published by Alchemist. First released for the Xbox
rail
360
shooter.
in 2011.
So, like, didn't that horror
It's
game?
art.
Hentai is art. Yep, hentai is
Love
art.
it.
That's right. That's the argument.
They made a rail horror game for PSVR. I just don't remember
This-
what.
It's the
This
Until
company?
Dawn wall. The Until Dawn one. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. I think we watched Steve try that at
No,
GameStop
that was
Expo
a
the one time,
different.
right?
That was a different
Oh.
one. That was also
My
Until
favorite
Dawn.
one that I should just take off of my YouTube channel from years ago is Steve playing the Xbox thing for the first time, the Kinect. Yes, I still have that video. Steve
I
playing.
think we need to bring that back. It sounds like it's a good video.
It's amazing.
I wish this was like what's that show? Pardon the interruption, and I could just mute you for an extended period of time.
It's not nice.
Guys, if you go to our show notes here, JP wanted to propose a question, and I actually dig it too. There's a list of games, and if you could only pick 3, which three would you keep? And I'm going to make Stackhouse go first because I have a feeling our lists are going to be very similar.
Ooh, there's a lot on here. Fallout. Ugh, Zelda.
Lame.
And if I had to pick out of the rest of these, oh boy, I'm having a hard time between God of War, Animal Crossing, and Pokemon.
Dude, you're just trying to pick the Fruit Loop of video games, aren't you?
No, because you're going to be
Listen here,
shittier than mine.
drunkie. Once you watch what you say.
Well, what is? I know that the
No.
thing says no
Where did it go?
explanations.
Where did it go? All right,
James,
I'm gonna
please
go
say
with
why.
The Legend of Zelda. Oh my God, Fallout, and I'm gonna go with God of War. Those are gonna be my 3 that I go with.
And what do they mean to you?
What do they mean to me?
Like your explanation for why you pick those.
Fallout is probably my favorite full-on franchise.
Quit fucking with.
God of War would probably be another one of all 3. Honestly, are just some of the franchises that I love the most. Out of all of those, I can play those stories over and over and over without being bored, without having a reason to want to go back. They're easy to play, and I can be like, oh God, I love this game every time.
Levi, your turn.
Halo, number 1. Because Master Chief is the best.
Lame.
I hate you so much. And the rest of them I was having a hard time with because I was trying to look at this list of.
How many? Hang on, I got a better question. Can I interrupt real quick? Levi, on this list of games, other than Halo, how many of these games have you completed? If any.
Probably,
if any.
All of them, because a lot of them were Sega Genesis.
Okay. I didn't know if you were gonna legit be like, I haven't finished these, or if you were gonna be like, I haven't played them.
Oh no, dude! There's very few games on this list I haven't played, if any. I've probably dabbled in all of them, but Halo's probably been my favorite franchise ever in my entire life, and probably my most played franchise ever, still to this day, despite how much currently I play PUBG and things like that.
All right, so we got Halo.
Man, it's just tough to throw up because now I'm looking at Final Fantasy, right? But Metal Gear Solid was so good back in the day. Oh my God, PlayStation Metal Gear Solid, tough to argue with. But I honestly just my heart, I went with Halo number 1, Grand Theft Auto, and then just going for it, throwing it out there, just the Super Mario series.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Gears of War.
Gears of War was always fun, but back in the day, 1 and 2 were great. 3, 4, and 5, I never.
Kind of meh. Okay.
One of my finest gaming moments in.
If we have to hear
Gears
this
of
fucking
War.
story again,
You see, JP.
how many times?
You see, the way it works is.
Let's see here.
But this used to be in our old job when we all worked together, and you could literally, not only could you embarrass people in work life, you could go and embarrass them out of work life, but then go into work the next day and be like, now you double suck.
Let's see. I'm going with Fallout. I'm going with, boy, oh boy, Mega Man.
Ooh.
And I'm going with Animal Crossing. I've only played one of the Animal Crossing games,
Animal Crossing was the hardest one for me to not pick.
but that's brought the world together. Mega Man.
Dude, both of them were great, or 2 of them that I've played were great. Fucking amazing.
Mega Man is probably one of the greatest video game series of all time. The music, the character designs, and Fallout is just awesome. all the way. Let's just go play Fallout 76 right now.
Let's do it, dude. I'm down.
JP, what's on your list?
So I have. Hold on a second.
Who keeps pressing?
Where
Y?
is it going?
JP, I think your Y button's stuck. Your Y key.
What do you mean? Can you see?
Every time you type Y, yeah.
Yeah,
You can
just
see when I'm
Y
typing
right
Y
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're still
now. Yeah,
typing
you're
Y.
just typing Y right now.
on what? You don't see my camera?
No, we see your camera, but in the Google Docs.
In the Google Doc.
Yeah,
It's
when
just
you type in
Y.
docs, it's just Y's.
Y.
JP is having an existential crisis.
Sorry, my. Okay, forget it. My Y key is my push to talk key. Sorry, it's a bad key. I need to change that. So I'm just gonna go off top here. I like that some of you guys picked some of the classics because the first one I'm gonna say is Donkey Kong, and the reason why I'm picking Donkey Kong is because I'd played other games before it. As a kid, Donkey Kong Country was the first game that actually mine. I also think that Donkey Kong Country is still one of like the best platform games, and I think that it's one of the best looking ones for its time, and it added a lot of features like the animals you could ride on and stuff. It was just an amazing game. And obviously it goes back further than Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong and Mario and the classic arcade game. My number 2 pick was Grand Theft Auto, because Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation 2 I feel like was pretty historical in the sense that I have a lot of respect for things that change the way we view like media censorship. And when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, that game was like, everybody was like, well, if my kids play Grand Theft Auto, are they going to want to murder people? And that was like a huge debate for a long time until it was later on, I think for the most part, debunked by like psychologists and other people.
I spawn a tank to kill Steve.
Every day when I wake up.
But aside from that historical aspect of the game, I mean, it was the first game where you could really it wasn't the first game where you could run around and do anything, but like you really could run around and do anything.
Yeah, it's like the open world at its most core definition. You could run around and go anywhere, do anything you wanted.
Yeah, it's definitely
Really,
one of
really
those
fun.
first like sandbox games.
Yeah.
And then my third pick was Halo, because I feel like Halo is like the days of Halo 2. I feel like it's still one of the most balanced competitive shooters that came out on a console, and it was also one of the first and largest console shooters online, played online, not just couch play.
I would like to add real quick that's 2 for Halo, which means the Steves can suck a dick.
We
There was
both had
2 for Fallout.
They did.
Master Chief.
So you can see where you guys enjoy FPSs, and you can tell where me and Steve were both like single player gamers.
You
Like
see where me and JP had friends that wanted to play video games with us.
No.
You guys were stuck playing solo story missions by yourselves.
I
because
enjoy
nobody
playing
liked
solo
you.
stuff more than multiplayer stuff. You fuck.
I actually love Fallout a lot, but I thought about it, and I was like, what are some like alternate reasons?
You know what's sad is that Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for so long that it's soured the history of Grand Theft Auto to me. When I think of Grand Theft Auto now, I just think of Grand Theft Auto Online.
Almost every day, and I love sitting down and watching him play it.
Who?
One of my roommates.
Oh, I can't. When I see Grand Theft Auto 5 now, I'm just like, ugh.
I love the races. The races are my
Oh, do you?
favorite
Do you
part.
like impossible races?
I do.
Because I know a guy you can go to that does only that.
JP, it's funny that you like your memories of Donkey Kong is like Donkey Kong Country. I think some of the first Donkey Kong games I remember playing is like Donkey Kong 3, and like you're spraying Donkey Kong in the nuts with the bug spray. It's one of my favorite memories.
I remember his Gorilla Nuts from his childhood. That's what I mean.
What's wrong with you?
There were some ones on here that I forgot about, like Pikmin. I forgot totally about Pikmin and Sly Cooper.
Yeah.
I never played Pikmin.
Really?
I did.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was.
Well, and they
pretty
did the
good.
re-release.
Xenoblade. I've never played that.
Like, what's Advance Wars?
Yeah, I've never.
Advance
heard
Wars
of
are
Advance
huge.
Wars.
Those games are huge.
You're wrong.
Nope, I'm not. Just get out of here.
Persona's still around. Uncharted.
Oh, there's
Bio-
so many franchises on that
Dude,
list that I
Bioshock.
love
When I
and have a
saw
lot of reasons
Bioshock, I
for
was
it.
like, "Fuck, that game was so good."
Monster Hunter's not even on this list, Diaper. Get that.
Yeah, it is.
It's on the bottom.
Nope, it's not on here.
So
Sorry,
for anybody
Diaper.
listening to this, they're the games on here: Super Mario,
We're
Legend
gonna
of Zelda,
we're
Kirby.
gonna post it on the Instagram. So you're gonna
Okay,
have
cool,
to
cool,
go to Frankenculture on IG.
to check out the list we're talking about.
Let's get into news.
Do, 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 do.
Levi, this is your story, pal. You gotta go. You gotta get into it.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. So, I don't know how many of us, I know Dagger Sam does, and myself, and maybe some other people, but we are pretty big fans of the shooter to battle royale genre of gaming. But Call of Duty has let a lot of people down, letting Warzone just be overtaken by hackers. To the point of which, conspiracies have came about that Activision themselves are supplying people with the cheats. But it is causing even big streamers to quit playing the game and tournaments with the game to stop playing because the cheating has become so prevalent. Why is fat? Stack does hate VR. It's just coming out. People are just getting sick of all the gamers in Warzone, and even though they banned 60,000 accounts the other day,
60,000.
That's a
60,000.
lot.
It's still
Damn,
an
I
issue.
thought Destiny had issues.
And Activision just doesn't seem to care because they still have a huge concurrent gaming platform. Now
Do you know what's crazy?
mixed with another game. What's up?
Call of Duty Warzone, you have to get through BNet on PC, correct?
I don't know what that means.
Yes, Battle.net.
Battle.net? Okay. So when Destiny was on Battle.net, there was no cheaters, like, at all. It was like the best thing for Destiny PvP was that as soon as they moved away from it, we've had cheaters galore. So it's crazy to me that Warzone gets cheaters and hackers
There
on the
was
BNet platform.
one person that found out that some dude in Russia literally had at one point 18 accounts, and if he got banned, he just switched to a different account.
Whoa.
I just-
But Warzone's free to play, huh?
Yeah.
That's why.
I actually have a lot to say about this.
And then there was the other one that
Uh-oh.
like Twitch has a terms of service as far as cheating, but Facebook doesn't. And there was an English streamer who got killed by a cheater who had Lumberjack Stacks Facebook Gaming was their gamer tag. Found his live stream of this guy using cheats. He wasn't even trying to hide it. And Facebook just let it go. But it's literally causing your Nick Merckx came out saying Tim the Tap Man, Summit 1G, all people, huge streamers that average 15 to 20,000 viewers a stream, saying that they're not going to participate in tournaments and things like that because they're not taking it seriously. That's wild.
So I got quite a few things to say. Especially back to what I said about Halo being a very balanced game, and back then, like there weren't that many hacks. Like you could play Halo competitively, and they had like modded controllers and stuff you could get. Obviously, you couldn't use those in a tournament. They were like double shot controllers, but now it's just constant. Like think about all the games that you play of Warzone, where you don't experience a cheater, but like they're probably in that final circle.
Well, so here's the thing is the problem with Call of Duty's been it's not so much cheating as much as exploits. Like there's been this infinite stim glitch that's
What's a
popped
stim?
up last 5 updates. It's a automatic heal. You like
Yeah,
stab
I was
yourself.
just saying.
I
How
would
do you
feel
not
like
know what a
that's
stim
cheating.
is?
Well, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
So if you're hurt a little bit, you can stim yourself and your health regrows, as opposed to after 4 seconds, the health comes back naturally. So if you're in the smoke, you can just infinitely stim yourself to full health.
Is that available to? Can you do that? Like, can any player like access that?
Any player. It's a glitch. That's why they call it. It's exploiting.
We have some
exploiting
feedback from the chat. Saving Private Rizo says Warzone is trash. Activision has clearly never heard of skill-based matchmaking. I've removed it from my PS4, and I'll stick to Siege and PUBG, where the matchmaking and gameplay is fair. Take that.
I agree.
I
don't know too much about PUBG.
Agree, but PUBG's got its issue with cheating, so it's not as prevalent on console. So this is how grand the cheating's gotten for Warzone is people are downloading the cheats to a USB drive and plugging it into their PlayStation and Xbox.
Right. Yeah. I think that's been a thing for a while.
Yeah. It's right. So generally people are like, oh, there's not
Thanks for the
cheating
host,
on console.
by the way.
It's a PC thing. And people are like, well, you're wrong.
Yeah, definitely. I know that Apex Legends had a big problem with that too. The USB thing. I can't remember what that's called, but
yeah, I don't remember either. But it's just a bummer because that game, when you're in a lobby of like-minded individuals, I guess, that want to play just based off of skill, the game is fun. But the people that cheat in that game cheat, and because Activision doesn't take it, when you're banning 60,000 accounts, but you generally have 2 million people playing a day, you're not even trying.
No, yeah, and it's actually really funny that this is the article that we have, because I just saw another article a couple days ago that said that they banned 300,000 people the past week. And I was thinking, like, yeah, realistically, like 300,000 people isn't shit. Like, that's 300,000 free accounts that can just be reproduced and then hacked again.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue. Yeah, when it's a free-to-play game, like, I'll make 10,000 names.
Yeah, you can continuously come back.
Well, and then it affected, one guy was stated as saying, if you read the article, one of the videos in the article was a guy who is really good, but his brother plays on his account who sucks. And the discrepancies between the two made it seem like the guy was cheating. Like, oh, he sucks today, but this day he's using his cheats. But it was really just two different people playing on the same account. So the anti-cheat system banned a guy who's good, but his brother sucks. No. Yet the guy who's getting 25 kills a game, every game, is just coasting on by. No, so the heel to this, I hear they're actually going to start going after IP addresses, and I don't remember the other term, but it's the actual computer itself. I guess your computer essentially has a code associated with it. I forget what it's called. The fat mans of the world are about to make fun of me for not knowing what that is.
What are you talking about?
So if you use if you play Call of Duty Warzone from your PC, you have, like, I think it's called like a C code.
An IP.
We'll call it. No, your IP is associated to your internet provider.
Oh, okay.
But people are getting around that. But your computer itself has like a serial number.
Yeah.
And they're finding that, and they're going to start banning that. So you would literally have to start playing from a different computer. Console. Yeah, or something. But
okay. I mean, that's how you get people to stop cheating. They need to have an actual. There needs to be an actual consequence to cheating, and if you don't have one, you just can continuously make shit. You're never.
There's
no
a
one will
streamer
stop.
that I talked to that there's an actual movement.
MAC address, yeah, there you
streamer. Go. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. See, I knew Fat would know it. I knew Fat would know it. There's an entire movement of people trying to get cheating across the country as like a misdemeanor charge. Like you could literally
two things. And that your statement just now will go great with the next article, but two things. Diaper says that Galaga doesn't have any cheats, but also Fallout. There's no cheaters in Fallout, baby.
Can't fucking cheat in Fallout, buddy. Cheat.
First off, in 76,
we're not talking about 76. Nope. We're talking about Solo.
That would be the time where I would mute you. Let's move on to this. Speaking of arresting hackers, essentially. This article coming from Polygon. Japanese authorities have arrested a 23-year-old man who was charged with hacking and selling save data for Pokemon Sword and Shield, according to a report from a Japanese newspaper. The man earned about $10,000, almost 11 grand, from doing this. He reportedly sold a hacked Sobble last April and received around $41 for it. The Pokemon Company has recently cracked down on Pokemon hackers. In January, the company put players with illegally modified data on notice. This included players that have been adding new Pokemon to Sword and Shield. The Pokemon Company said it would penalize cheating players by limiting features like access to Pokemon Home. It's pretty like, I know Japan has its own stuff going on there, but how do you arrest somebody for doing this?
So going back to what the I guess the movement, we'll call it, is doing, is that you're defrauding people. I bought a game to play Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I'm getting defrauded because there are people using it differently than it's intended. But here in America, they're trying to make it so essentially you'd get a speeding ticket. But if you get so many speeding tickets, you essentially go to jail, is the mindset. So
I don't know if I can get behind that. I don't know if I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it seems weird.
It's just
so
a game. It's just a game. Why do you have to be mad?
But it's you gotta remember, Stackhouse, this is the gaming industry right now is the biggest industry there is.
I agree, but it's still just a game.
So when you're spending that much money on something, you don't get to use it as intended. They have lemon laws for cars. If you can't use the car as it's intended, you know.
JP, what are your thoughts on cutting people's hands off for cheating?
Look, I mean,
cutting people's hands.
Obviously,
Levi Morris,
we
here in the court of Nevada find you guilty of cheating in PUBG and sentence you to death. For
demonetized for
winning
blood
10
and
million,
gore.
winning 10 million rounds of PUBG.
He fucking wishes.
Like I can't take that. I don't know.
Hold on.
JP, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, god damn it.
No, I don't know, man. I don't think anybody's gonna like. I don't think the government's gonna like take that shit seriously. But I will say that it is really, really frustrating, and I wish there were some kind of like consequences for it, because this has been a problem for a while now. Like Warzone's not the first game that we've seen aimbots in and stuff, and they're not the first company that's over several years said, oh yeah, we're working on it, and they've never worked on it. So it's like, I really wish something could be done about it, because it's ruining the gaming community. It really is.
I guess I just don't play enough multiplayer games.
Dude, same. I don't see it being that serious at all.
That's why you guys literally went to chopping people's hands off, but that's where they're trying to go with this. If you're caught in a multiplayer game, let's say a tournament, fuck my life.
You drunk.
Where
tournament mess.
JP spent, let's say, even just $100 to play, and the grand prize was $1,000, and some hacker ran in there and beat everybody. Like, you'd be pissed because you essentially just got your $100 stolen. And that's where the movement of actually prosecuting cheaters is coming into effect.
But if I'm not paying $100 to enter a tournament, what does it matter?
Then maybe it doesn't. But there you go.
I don't know. I literally can't sit here. I've played in games where I've played against cheaters, and it doesn't bug me that bad at all.
You quit playing Destiny 2, though, because the content sucks, right?
Yeah, but not because of cheaters. I've played against cheaters
in Destiny.
Yes, but that's not something that bugs me. It's more the gun. It's the way that they've balanced guns is what bugs me. The feel of the game.
So if they balance the guns and some guy uses a cheat to unbalance
it does, you can go back through my streams, and I've said that it doesn't bug me that bad.
I'm not going to do that. Okay, but you're one out of how many millions of people.
He's
I'm saying
one
if
out
one
of
person
how
thinks
many
it-
millions?
I was about to say, I don't think that I'd be the only person with that point of view.
But what I'm getting at is when people are spending as much money as they are, they're starting to be upset. Maybe not you personally.
No, I get it. I get that people are upset, but I don't see it as something that should be a misdemeanor crime.
I don't either. I mean, I think in a game like Destiny's cool in the sense that, unless you play it strictly for PvP. Unless you play it strictly for PvP, like obviously there's a lot more to do in Destiny where cheaters they're not gonna mess up your raid. They're not gonna like make you unsuccessful.
And I agree. Like I've
you're
played,
doing.
I don't know how many hours of just PvP now, over a couple thousand, and still I'm just like, well, whatever, you know.
Right.
I don't know. You BR boys are built different. That's all.
I don't know.
I think it's partly that. Yeah. I mean, I think
in
that
real
it's
life, if you're caught cheating, there's consequences.
Real life.
But people play video games as a career.
I think a misdemeanor is full. It is too far. I do think like, okay, if you're caught cheating at like an Activision game, Activision has it within their rights to be like, you cannot play any other Activision games. Like,
I would love to see that. I think that's a totally fair punishment.
Yeah.
But
Like-
and I'm not even saying misdemeanor. They were just talking about making it so you essentially get the speeding ticket, but maybe the speeding ticket would come from Activision. Not only are you not allowed to play, but if you want to start playing again, you need to pay a $50 fine, even though it's a free-to-play game.
you owe Master Chief $50.
100%.
He shows up to your fucking house.
Oh my god, I would cheat just to.
You heard it here first, folks. Levi's gonna start cheating, so Master Chief shows up
Master
at his house.
Moving on, just
comes out in his-
oh god, I don't want any more fanfic of Levi and Master Chief. Just
I
a
do.
story that I thought was kind of cool. Stubbs the zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse coming back. We're ooh, excuse me.
Oh boy. I have something I need to tell you.
Go ahead.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
It's an original horror game from the first Xbox.
Oh, okay.
A really like well regarded game. It's unclear whether the title will be available on the Xbox One consoles, PC, or any other platforms as well. Mostly right now, it's just showing up on the Series X. But if Microsoft does what they usually do, it'll probably show up on PC as well. And the release date shown as March 16th. So if you were a Stubbs the Zombie guy, and I feel like I've talked to a couple of people that really liked Stubbs the Zombie. And I feel like it was on this show. So I thought that might have tickled some people's fancies to bring that story up.
Wrong.
Shut up.
I wonder
You go
if
back
this
to
will.
thinking about Master Chief.
I wonder if this will devalue the original game for like vintage collectors.
I always wonder that too. Like when these games get re-releases, I don't think so because I feel like people still want that physical original cartridge, which like or disc in this sense, with like the actual instruction manual and warranty card and all that kind of bullshit in there. And plus, it like in the sense of like Donkey Kong, I've learned way too much about Donkey Kong repros and cabinets from King of Kong, where the original cabinet doesn't skip a certain frame that all like reproductions do. It's super crazy shit. So a lot of those games even play just a little bit different than those like collectors really look for.
This is there's like a eBay listing right here. It's this game factory sealed 9 point. It's a PSA rated 9.0 like B+ rating, and it's selling for $1,899.
Damn.
Hell,
I never played this game, but
I've never even heard of this game.
dude. I swear, I forget who I was talking to, but they were like, "Are they gonna bring that back?" I'm like, I don't know.
Was it Eric Bond?
I
Hey.
wish. Yeah, dude. Even like an open one is $76.
What?
15 bids with a day left.
That's
Levi,
insane.
you could get this.
Yeah, me and my government cheese all
Hell
over.
yeah.
Until Master Chief shows up at his door and tells him to give him his money. Levi, oh, Mr. Master Chief.
100%.
You were
He
just
takes his
sitting on
shirt
that,
off.
waiting to get that
That's a
out,
lazy
weren't you? I
trick.
stopped.
I was
you
actually going to say
earlier.
it earlier, and then you cut me off.
I
Yeah.
stopped you. Take the hint next time.
No.
JP,
All right, moving on.
as the resident Rust player here, we have an article from Destructoid that is talking about a softcore mode. What's your take on the softcore mode for Rust?
I think it's cool. They have like I think it's its own server. I think it's like official servers. But it says for the softcore differences, the four main differences are: when you're killed, half of your inventory can be reclaimed by you at either the spot of your death or a reclaim terminal. Items in the reclaim terminal will despawn after 2 hours. All players may now spawn at either the bandit town or outpost safe zones at any time. Well, that's pretty interesting. I didn't understand this one. It says you may only view the contents of a wounded player. What I didn't understand about that is obviously a big portion of Rust is blowing up bases, raiding their boxes and stuff. They say you may only view the contents of a wounded player. I don't know. Can you not loot boxes? Can you not loot dead players? I wasn't sure about that. And then the other main difference is there's a maximum team size of 4. So if you're somebody that's playing solo or you're playing with a couple friends, this server might be better for you. It might be less toxic because the Rust is very toxic. You can be playing with 2 people on a normal server and you might get raided by 8+ people all at the same time, and it's frustrating. So I think they're trying to give people an option for people that feel like they've been griefed too much in the game. I understand why they're doing this.
It sounds kind of like they're going the Fallout 76 route, where sure you can get into PvP and stuff like that, but you just can't go and take someone's shit.
Right. And maybe that's what they mean by you may only view the contents of a wounded player.
Like you can't just take it away. You can only look at it.
Yeah, and if that's the case, then for people that actually like playing on private servers because they don't like the PvP, this might be the medium between full-on PvP and race baiting and base. Why did I say that? Base rating.
Whoa,
Sorry.
Whoa, this took a turn, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on
Who
in
is
Rust?
on the show today?
That was a really strange Freudian slip.
What is happening in Rust?
What has it done to you, man?
Right. So this might be the medium between that, between them playing on a private server and not dealing with any PvP, and them dealing with 16 players raiding their base at the same time. And it sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think so. In this article, it even says that majority of the servers will still be the vanilla, and there's only going to be 10 servers running the softcore mode. But it definitely, like, you need kind of like that introduction, like, to push you in, because that's half the battle of like not wanting to play is the fact that like I'm going to come in and just get griefed to shit.
What happened?
Not reading my chat.
That's what I would like. That was my worry. That was my worry about. I have never once played an ARC game in a public server because I read that it was toxic. And the only reason holding me away from Rust is because when I get into games, I tend to get... I shouldn't say mad. Steve was talking about ending the Realm server that we're on.
Oh.
Because he couldn't find a village. And I was disappointed in that. I could only imagine how bummed I'd be logging into
Yeah,
after
that's a
3
huge
days,
turnoff to me.
and all of my work just going away.
If you're playing ARC or Rust and you're playing on a straight up PvP server where there's not like team limitations like that of 4 people, there will always be somebody on that server that's running with 8+ people, and there's no way that you're gonna outbuild. That you're not gonna build a base that's strong enough that they're not gonna get in. Unless if you have a team that's that big too, you can like no base is like unraidable, but you can build a base that's so big where it's like they might not bring enough stuff to get in. But as a solo or like a two, a duo team or whatever, you're not going to be able to outbuild those like mega tribes in Ark or these, really large teams in Rust. And that's why people are frustrated. They love the survival aspect and they want to, make connections with other people on a server like that. But the toxic community is like, you can't trust anybody. And that sucks for a lot of people. And that's why they go to private servers and just build, because they don't want to get so far and just lose it all and then have to restart. It sucks.
Yeah.
Don't I fucking know it? With all my goddamn pterodactyls dying. Actually, Levi's pterodactyls dying.
Yeah. I couldn't tame enough.
I was going through 2 pterodactyls a day.
Yeah, it's really rough out there. But we talked earlier, I was saying how they added a feature in Rust, I think in January, where you can go down a tier tree now instead of finding stuff and researching it. And I feel like that's better for a lot of people because you don't have to kill their players to get stuff or find it in random barrels and get super lucky and then research an item. Now you can get scrap and work your way down the tier tree. And it's more of I don't know, it's more like consistent that way because you're always working for based. Yeah, exactly.
Let's go on.
I'm still not sold.
Last story.
I'm considering.
You were just saying
it's really fun
to play. Yeah, he wants to play it. I could see it.
There's objection. He's objective to a few of the things in it. He doesn't like some of the choices.
My objection is that when Ark is a prime example, is that when I fall into games like that, I forget to eat, and I just play.
Oh, and that's man, no, it's really like that. Like for people that love these survival games, they really get into it. And then you're on a PvP server, and you have somebody from a mega tribe, like I said, like an Ark, like you have somebody from a mega tribe. You can just transfer servers in that game and bring a mech. It's a giant mech. It has a sword. It has like a tech sword that's huge, and no dinos can bite through a metal base. But they added a mech to the game. So somebody transfers to your server with a mech, and you're like a solo player, and just to grief you, they just walk up to your base, cut through all of your turrets, cut through your entire base, and all of your stuff is gone. And it's
that's why I did private servers,
right?
Because the only thing I had to worry about
was
the dinosaurs.
Are you a true PvP or a true multiplayer game player if you always choose to play in private servers?
Well, Ark, I'm not playing multiplayer. I'm playing with my friends casually.
Okay. Fair enough.
Coming from the story mode guy, you fuck.
I love story mode.
The thing that's hard about Ark and Rust, especially as a solo player, is like if you're somebody that does like PvP and that's why you're on that server, but you do like the survival aspect, you end up finding that you're just building all the time. And then before you know it, it's like you've built all this stuff and you never even got a chance to PvP before somebody from a much larger tribe just comes and wipes you off the face of the map. So sometimes you don't even get to PvP because you can't even make it that far.
Yeah, see, that would bum me out.
It is a bummer.
That is why a lot of my PUBG...
I'm just messing with you.
2-man squad ranked going against 4-man teams because I want the action.
Live
but
action.
Then you get mad when you get third party, dude.
I do get mad. It's so frustrating. Just fight me face to face.
I was at work the other day, and I talked to Steve, and I'm like, dude, why does he get so mad at one of the main mechanics of this game?
I love it. I love that you get mad. Show some passion.
So mad.
Thanks.
I love that you're like, at any given point, I can boot up the stream when you're on, and I'll hear you go, "What the fuck?" And just
dude,
there was legit. Of your lungs.
There was legit a day when you were playing. I was watching your stream, and so my speakers I have from my computer.
I like the fact that your guys' entertainment comes from my.
I didn't say that I enjoy your discomfort. I want you to be a happy boy.
I do.
But there was one day that you got so mad that the subwoofer connected to my computer literally rattled on the ground. I was like, holy shit, dude.
I'm going to start paying for people to cheat in games with you.
Hey, are you playing against this guy? Yeah.
Here's his gamer tag.
Here's 2,000 bits. Please cheat. Turn on your hacks.
$5 if you kill him. Oh my god.
Make sure that you third party him. You can't take him 1v1. You got to let someone else fight him, and then you kill him.
Because I'll win the 1v1.
I'll give him credit. He's not wrong. He does great in 1v1 situations, but he doesn't play a 1v1 game.
Yeah, that clip you took of me. I fucking fought a guy, turned around and
Yeah,
had to
how's it
fight
going?
another guy. I'm just
It's
like,
great.
where are all these people coming from?
Legit, that's what you like.
Frustrated. There were so many people.
How many White Claws have you had tonight, Levi?
I had 2.
Oh.
Oh,
100.
He's getting emotional.
no, my allergies are acting up again. I don't know why.
Let's get into the last bit of news here. Randy Pitchford and his magical USB drive over there at Gearbox have been purchased by a conglomerate called Embracer for $1 billion. Just a little clip from this article here. Under Embracer, Gearbox will continue to operate as an independent studio. Under the leadership of founder and CEO Randy Pitchford, the company said in a statement, Pitchford has been embroiled in a number of controversies in recent years over allegations of, here we go, employee mistreatment, misappropriations of company funds, underpayment of talent, and even tales of leaving porn at medieval times. Pitchford has denied these accusations. From what I understand, this is like a 6-year deal in the sense of it could be up to $1 billion, but there's goals that Gearbox will actually have to hit in order to get that money from Embracer. Embracer already has dozens of mid-sized game studios, including THQ Nordic, Saber Interactive, and Koch Media.
What?
You heard me. Gag.
Kokok?
Gearbox has also expanded into publishing in recent years, putting its weight behind any success stories such as Hello Neighbor, We Happy Few, and Risk of Rain. Was We Happy Few a success story?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that game came out and was a big flop.
Wait, so
'Cause I remember the demo or something coming out and people playing it, and they were like, "Oh, that's going to be great." And then it actually came out, and then a lot of people didn't like the game.
What you got, JP?
I'm still stuck on it. This guy had a reading
Yo.
a
Okay.
side article. This guy had a USB stick of porn. He
At
just carries
medieval
porn.
times.
He just carries porn with him at medieval times.
So I think it was at like one of the conventions, right? And they were like, "Hey, let's all go to medieval times." And yeah, he supposedly lost this USB disc or stick with a bunch of porn on it. He also does magic, and essentially forces it on you during these press conferences. Like if you look up like Randy Pitchford magic, I'm sure you're gonna get multiple videos of him performing like close-up magic on a giant stage.
So I've never really worked for, but I've worked with you, and it sounds like I'd still rather work for Pitchford.
God, he looks like such a creep too. Oh, he does. Look at that.
Who, Steve?
Borderlands board game reveal and magic.
See, I remember there was a fuck up in one of the unveilings of either Borderlands 2 or 3, and he just started doing magic. He brought out some like cards or rope or something.
That sounds like an amazing guy to work for.
Here, hang on. You know what? I'm gonna post this in the Discord if you guys want to watch it. Hang on a second.
I don't. You can not. But
Well, I'm doing it
Embracer's
anyway.
suite of studios is responsible for a wide range of gaming franchisings, including Saints Row, Dead Island, Darksiders Metro, Time Splitters, and Goat Simulator. Man, Saints Row, those are good games.
They have, it says they have THQ Nordic underneath them.
Yeah, like
they have a solid company and group of game developers underneath them that really haven't made a bad game.
no, and I believe like this company is like legit. I believe their stock is like $300. Like
So long story short, they got, especially with a possible Netflix series coming out, the Borderlands people struck gold, essentially.
oh yeah.
As long as medieval porn doesn't come out and he doesn't start doing magic tricks at
Well, that's just
Forza.
Pitchford. And honestly, I believe Gearbox has been looking for a way to kind of reel Randy Pitchford in because he is such a maniac, for lack of a better term.
He's such a horny.
But the original voice of Claptrap, even like he didn't come back for the third one because basically he was either not paid or completely underpaid. He was an employee at Gearbox. And they didn't even offer him to come back for the third one. I remember that being a huge issue. And, yeah. I think, I feel like every week we're going to get more and more of these stories of, like, just conglomerate developer companies at this point.
Well, especially because going back to the whole cheating thing, this is such a huge money machine now. The gaming industry makes more money than movies and television combined, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, especially this past year.
Yeah.
Everybody was at home.
Even better, you know? I mean, everybody was at home and they chose to play video games over watching Netflix and shit like that. So.
I don't know. We all watched Tiger King.
I didn't. Never
I
seen
did.
a single episode.
You fucking
I won't lie. I won't lie. At the end of it all, you probably didn't miss that much.
Excuse me. It was a phenomenon.
I did finally
watch. I watched all that, and I was very man.
We Happy Few is a 7 out of 10 on Steam.
I haven't played that game, but that game looked really cool.
I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
it looked really sick.
4.3 out of 209 ratings.
A lot of the reviews that I read must have just been the negative ones.
Fair enough.
Because I haven't seen the ones that I saw weren't very many positive reviews.
You know, the internet uses an algorithm as to what you like to see, and
Levi, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter as Frankenboozy, and then you can find me streaming for Frankenculture on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch.
Stackhouse?
You guys can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram under Lumberjack Stacks.
JP.
You can find me on Twitch under Dagger Sam. I'll spell it again: DAGERESAM. Dagger Sam.
We'll put it in the show notes too. We have people over there. Get you streaming again. You can always find us on Frankenculture.com as well as Frankenculture on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, and make sure to check out our other podcast that started a couple weeks ago, Franken Nerd, in the same feed. So if you're listening to this in the feed, you've probably seen it pop up. If you only watch us on Twitch, make sure you subscribe so you can catch Franken Nerd. Follow them on all social media platforms as well. Actually, just Instagram and Twitter for them. Franken Nerd, one word on Twitter, and Franken_nerd on Instagram.
Unfortunate.
Diaper in the Twitch chat for the last note says you could find him on twitch.tv/galgunfanatic. For JP, for Stackhouse, for Levi, this has been the Frankenculture Podcast. Thanks.
It was a pretty weak wave.
Good night, everybody.
Just